If we were to embark on this, it would truly be an unprecedented and thrilling human project like we've never seen before.
My book is about blackness and the animal, and how the two questions are assembled and dissembled. The most challenging part about writing this book was the need to grapple with the question of analogy in an intersectional context. As we'll see, there is no doubt that race and animality are historically intertwined, and we should not ignore this historical interconnectedness.
So animals, even if they are legally property, are not mere property. Why? Well, they can't be because they have some rights. So these are, as we all know, everyone in this room I'm sure shares this view that the rights they have are not very good rights. In the longer work I call them small r rights, or what Saskia Stuckey has also called simple rights. Insofar as there are some, this is the second prong, legally then, they must be some kind of person.
Rights of nature are expanding. Despite the problems with rights of nature, we can use this framework to argue for individual animals. Animal protection advocates need to get a seat at the table for rights of nature, and also that it can assist in mainstreaming animal rights, because rights of nature seems to have a more accessible and accepted sound to it.
People could go directly to a judge that would be an impartial party and say that that farm isn't complying with the animal welfare legislation. And this may sound like a small win, but it's not, because you could go to a judge and use different actions like the habeas corpus or other types of actions. And so maybe it's a matter of time for somebody in Ecuador to file a habeas corpus for a cow, you know?
I'm going to be speaking to you today about animals in relationship to Indigenous law. Law is present in the way that groups, including animals, solve problems, resolve conflicts, make collective decisions, create safety, maintain or repair relationships, and act on their relationships to each other. And so in this world, law is something that animals do. It's something that other living beings do. The challenge is to see ourselves in these relationships of solving problems and conflicts and decision-making and safety and responsibility for one another across the web of life.
Animals suffer injustice at our hands. The cruelties of the factory farming industry, poaching and trophy hunting, assaults on the habitats of so many creatures, and innumerable other instances of cruelty and neglect. But in the case, so the cases I take up there are animal experimentation, the collision of cultural rights of Indigenous peoples with animal flourishing, and then collision of human and animal habitats. And I won't go through them all here, but I'll just do the first one just to give you the idea. I think there, the Hegelian solution to the terrible dilemmas and problems involved in animal experimentation, and I think they're real because experimentation using animals provides great insight into both animal well-being and human well-being. So we don't want to stop it completely. Number one, we want to mitigate the harm, and I think the new approach by Beecham and DeGrazia does a lot of good work there, and I talk about that. But in the end, we have to look further into the future and be creative and think, how would we do experimentation without using animals?